between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Clemson Tigers taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Dogs ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires downfield. He's got it. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. This guy has the look of the next big play receiver at Clemson in the vein of T. Higgins or Mike Williams.
Or DeAndre Hopkins or Sammy Watkins. I mean, the list is pretty lengthy of guys that are big, explosive, fast, and they can really win on the outside.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And all defenses talk about sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game, already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He'll push his way out to the 38, pickup of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Out of the backfield, he's open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The thing that made that play work is that it created the matchup they wanted and let the running back create after he caught it.
And, Reese, you see more and more of this in college football. Taking the backs and using them as weapons, right? Getting them out in space as much as possible. Get him matched up on a linebacker where I can now run a route where I sell it outside, cut it inside, and I win.
To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the all-season was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
This home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Tigers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. In the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Spillman. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. From the gun, running back gets to give. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season. You're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Dogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides the back and leaves it. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys, those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen.
Guys, let's chat about Georgia. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they can do something very special this season.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. Golly, you got him wide open. And that cat can roll. You're not talking about, a guy that's an average runner on the outside. You got to give him a little bit of a chance to run underneath that, put a little more air underneath it, but he just overshoots the runway.
Has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. On the ride. Quick toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse, Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
They've got him now. He almost picked up that 1st down on the screen.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him. Try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to fire. Got the back over the middle. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield. It's complete on the right side. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Touchdown, Dogs! The offense cashing it in on that drive. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. UCLA is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by just 4 to Texas. We are the...
There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes, over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Off-play action on first down. Plucks it out of the air. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up where I can just make plays right behind.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Working that left side now. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on 3rd down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They boot it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Tucker. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
That last completion sets him up on second down. They'll try the run. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat, use the extra blocker. And this Wildcat is going to be deep clawed, stopped in the backfield.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Otis. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. He'll toss it. Turning it on. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
These offenses are so hard to stop when you run the option because they play the quarterback well. They get it to the running back. The defense looks pretty good, but third and short, they get the yardage they need, and they move the sticks.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Otis. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half. He's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
Not a chance. Missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. From the gun, Give on the inside. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Still on his feet at the 45. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Finds the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. He's got the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're going back to the ground. And a good, solid pickup for the defense cuts him down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. He's got him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Backed up now, here's second and long. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quick release on the RPO. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On the ground. Touchdown, Georgia! He ran through tackles like water through a sieve.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. UCLA is down right now inside the Rose Bowl, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Pasadena today. They're trailing by 11 to Texas. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Trying to start the drive with a pass. Setting up the screen. There he goes. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Quick strike complete. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going to take a shot on second and short. He uncorks one deep. The receiver was doubled and they picked it off. Takes it the other way. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Spillman. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He'll try the left side. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Gives it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. 3rd down play from the gun. Finds his tight end. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Not the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. And the Dogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He might want another play. Calls his own number. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. Now, a 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. He'll do it himself. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Timeout, Clemson. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. The RPO, it's complete. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time. Here comes Clemson with another 1st down.
tackles and throws off the RPO. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a gap. It's Otis. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And that's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. The give to the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Hit as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Direct snap. It's Otis. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
You want to end the play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Otis. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the 1st down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
4th and 1, I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the 1st down, no matter what. If I got to run somebody over, I'm running straight downhill, straight for those sticks, making sure I get that 1st down.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Back has it. Finds a little space. Turning it on. Touchdown, Clemson. And that one will give them the lead.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Alabama was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen over the years. Roll Tide, sure, but one lacked any real style points. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He'll start this drive going to the air. Got his man. On the move at the 30. Hits the afterburners. Bust through behind his pad. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Going right to work up top. That's caught. It's Tucker. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Makes the catch. It's Tucker. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. this Bulldog offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down.
Get set, get set.
Tight end now in motion. The give to the tailback. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Look out, he's got room. There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Georgia going back to work with another 1st down. Wide receiver going in motion. Leaves it with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
At the 22. Second down coming up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go with a direct snap. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And this is a moment with the lead late on 3rd down that I would put the ball in the quarterback's hands and trust him to get this first down and keep you on the field. He's one of the most highly rated guys in the country. Throwing it, and if it's not there, use his God-given athleticism to go keep these sticks moving.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Fires to the end zone. He's good. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Kentucky delivered a statement victory that's going to be celebrated in Bluegrass country for some time. And if this team's not careful, they could have themselves a football program there in Lexington. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Handoff to the single back. Got enough for the first. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Across the 45. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Snap to the back. Got a little space. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. On the snap, it's Otis. And the tackle is made, and they get nothing, and this game is in the books. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Pollack.